Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. Welcome back to Pac-Man to 1K. We are currently sitting at a record of 20-6 with Pac-Man with an elo of 402. Feeling pretty good about that. Though, what I'm not feeling great about is like seeing some of the comments and looking over some of the matches that I played in the last couple of videos. I'm just like a few brain lapses in there. Just like kind of like not even like necessarily misplays, it's just kind of like just missed things. That's going to happen from time to time, especially like, with the camera on and the lights and all this stuff. It does get a little bit distracting, especially, having to talk through everything and be entertaining and all that stuff. Not sort of like using it as an excuse, like, if you're distracted, oh, that's okay. No, I still definitely want to play as well as I can, just kind of, pointing out that, I did miss some things in the last few videos, but we have continued to increase our elo, and we are over the 400 mark now. We are almost halfway there to 1K, which means we are pretty far away from 1K, because it does get a lot harder to grind once you get up just a little bit. It's kind of like the RuneScape grind. Once you get to level 92, you get a little pop-up on the screen that says you're halfway to 99. I think that's one of the coolest things that they do in RuneScape. But yeah, here's the deck that we're rolling with today. I think the only change that I made was I took the Call of the Haunted out of the main to add in a Compulse. Just wanted to give this card its shot again. I've been a big fan of Compulse. I've been playing a lot of Warriors recently for War League and stuff, and I've been a big fan of Compulse and some of the decks that I've been trying out. So wanted to give it its shot again. And actually, speaking of, we had a question on one of the videos. We're gonna go a little bit out of order here. But actually two questions from TW7777. The first one is, if you were to take Pac-Man to an obelisk or something, would you make any changes to the main or side deck? No. What I'm playing right now is essentially testing for what I think Pac-Man should look like. Or at least this would be one of my most competitive lists, I suppose. It would be something very close to this that I would take to a tournament. But I just kind of constantly rotate out one or two slots here and there, like you've been seeing me do video to video. So I can't say like this would be the exact list that I would play if there was a tournament that I was going to play Pac-Man in this weekend, something like that. But it would be very close to this. And then, have you thought about reducing Solemn Wishes down to 2? It was amazing in the burn matchup, but I don't think it's actually done much since. Feels like it might be taking up some opportunity cost at 3. Do you feel like burn is such an auto loss that you need 3 copies? Yeah, the burn matchup is awful. Often you just lose game 1, and I think Solemn Wishes is one of the cards that helps out a ton in that matchup. So I do like to play narrow cards for matchups like that, if my sideboard mapping allows. And due to the sideboard mapping that I have, I don't feel like I need any more slots for any of the other matchups necessarily, because I already have enough cards to bring in, considering the amount of cards that I want to bring out in those matchups. So 3 Solemn Wishes, totally fine with having that card in there just for the burn matchup, because yes, that matchup is that bad, and I think Solemn Wishes in this deck is one of the best ways to combat it, that I've found at least. So you could, like, I don't know, cut a Solemn Wishes out for like a Needle Sealing. Needle Sealing is also good against burn, but and Needle Sealing, is good in other matchups as well. But I think there is something to be said for playing narrow cards in the side deck sometimes, if that's what you think you need. But yeah, I've been very happy with the 3 Solemn Wishes. I don't feel like I need any other slots for the other matchups. If I did, then yeah, sure. I would cut down on Solemn Wishes. That wouldn't really be that big of a problem. But for now, I'm totally fine with having the 3. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going to keep doing as we go up the ladder here. So let's get into some matches. All right, we're here with our first match. Just going to go ahead and get into one of the easy questions really quick from Baitno3029. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. That's how I've always said it in my head. What is your most valuable / rare GOAT format card. And make sure I get this in screen. This guy right here. Tournament Pack 4 Morphing Jar. The first paper GOAT format tournament that I ever played, I got second in. And that was the prize for second place. First place got a champion pack Metamorphosis. I also have realized at this point that I don't have this full screen. So here we are, pretty scuffed, but that is a-okay. I'm gonna set the Medusa Worm because I actually have the Ceasefire here. And I think I'm gonna set Ceasefire over Compulse, because Compulse can fulfill some other things later on. I am gonna set a Gravity Bind behind it as well for some protection. Alright, then I'm gonna lead on a Graceful Charity. Not bad. Don't know how long this video is gonna be. To be honest, if this first match takes a really long time, we may actually not get a second one. I know a lot of the videos for this week have been pretty long. Ooh, water again. Okay. All right, well, we keep seeing water. Big problem here. Yeah, I'm gonna say, big problem here is if the opponent has a Legendary Ocean. Oh, this is fine. They don't have the Sinister Serpent to pitch, so that's actually really good. So now, like, we can flip up this Gravity Bind, and then on the next turn, the opponent probably bounces the Gravity Bind. We can just set another one behind it. Oh, okay. It's a normal water deck. I like this. This is really cool. Yeah, the opponent, like, they're not going to want a Heavy Storm, right? Man, if they draw it, though, I'm just going to set the other Gravity Bind. It's fine. It's fine. They would have used Heavy Storm last turn, I believe. If they had it, so. I don't think they currently have it in their hand, and if they draw it, so be it. Good for them, they wanted it more. I'm also testing out my lights being a little bit dimmer, and I don't think I like it. I think I do like them. Oh, no. They drew the ocean? Okay, well, that's very bad. Yeah. Alright, maybe that was a reason to set Nightmare Wheel. I didn't really want to Nightmare Wheel the Abyss Soldier, especially with having a Medusa Worm. But, I mean, I guess we will now, right? For sure. So let's set Solemn Judgment, which is an excellent draw. We'll set Nightmare Wheel, and we'll pass the turn. If the opponent had Ocean last turn, obviously they would have played it out. Okay. Giant Red Sea Snake, sure. Yeah, we're gonna get cooked by Ocean here, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. Yeah, so Nightmare Will the Sea Snake. Doesn't really matter here, I don't believe. Yeah, we would have been... Well, I guess even if we set the Nightmare Wheel, we would have had to have set Compulse to do anything about this. Yeah, okay. So we still wouldn't have been in a great position, but I don't think... I don't think setting the other Gravity Bind up, like, instead of the Nightmare Wheel was really that bad there. This is unfortunate. These are all 2k now. Oof. I could throw off Ceasefire. Just so I can set Compulse. Yeah. This doesn't look good at all. I think I'm actually just gonna pass. I could set them off, but just to soak up some damage here, but that doesn't seem great. What if I draw a Pot of Greed on the next turn or something like that? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna pass. We're in a bad position, and it's because of the Legendary Ocean. Generally, I think I'm just like way favored against decks like this, but as we've seen before, Abyss Soldier really good in the matchup. Them topping Ocean there was massive. Alright, Moth goes away, and I guess Compulse? Yeah, I think I need to keep my Golem Sentry around. and just, you know, sort of hope, I guess, that I'm able to somehow find a way to defend here. Well, there's the Graceful Charity. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'll just throw off this Ceasefire for no value. And honestly, what am I looking to hit off of the Graceful Charity? Another Nightmare Wheel? Wave Motion's probably not doing it at this point. Book of Moon. Okay. Alright, yeah, Wave Motion I don't think is doing it, so we could... Golem Sentry's not doing it, so I think I'll actually keep Lakuta and Book of Moon, protect the Lakuta for a turn, and see what that can get me into. Maybe a Mirror Force? Mirror Force or Ring would be good, so yeah, let's get rid of Golem Sentry, Book of Moon. No, Golem Sentry, Wave Motion Cannon. Let's get that right, we just talked about it. And we'll pass the turn. Obviously, if the opponent draws a water monster, they're probably going to get to draw another card. They can pitch one of them, bounce this Nightmare. Yeah. And then I'd probably just die. Or they can summon that out. And that's good enough to get over the Lakuta. Yeah, okay. We're supposed to be the deck burying our opponent in card advantage, not the other way around. Come on, opponent. Yeah, no, I mean, we're just in a really bad spot here. It's the Ocean top deck was very good. I think if I had had the Solemn Judgment the turn before, I may have considered just Solemn Judgmenting the Ocean there. I think I probably would have. And it potentially could have won me the game. I think I actually have to... Well, no, it's not going to matter. Yeah, I'm not dead. But bounce the Lakuta. Book of Moon here. See if the opponent has like a Solemn Judgment or something. Okay. Take 2,000 from this guy. We have got one more turn to draw Mirror Force. We draw Medusa Worm. Okay. Well, I'm still not technically dead. So, let's set the Wormy Boy. Pass the turn. Maybe for whatever reason the opponent doesn't flip up the Abyss Soldier. Or when they flip the Abyss Soldier, I have to Judgment that. But I imagine we're just gonna die this turn, and that's okay. Sometimes it be that way. Oh. We're gonna Book of Moon the Sea Snake. Okay, that's fine. And then we're gonna knock my monster. Sure. They can't flip Sea Snake. Okay, yeah. They're just gonna get in. That's fine. That's fine. So we want MST here to blow up Ocean. We want Wall of Revealing Light. We probably want Divine Wrath just for Abyss Soldier, honestly, because that card is so problematic. We might want Breaker too, just for Ocean. Ocean, I don't think it can be really overstated how bad Ocean is for me. Just getting everything underneath the floodgates is very good. We can cut these knocks. We can cut Compulse. Probably cut them off here, honestly. I don't hate that. Leaving our Wave Motion Cannons. Ceasefire is like, you know, it's not amazing against like the normal decks, but Curse of Royal's probably good here too, right? Ceasefire's still good against Nox. I think I'm gonna leave it in. Nah, I don't need the Curse of Royal. There's a chance they could. They're probably playing Judgment, right? Let's bring it in. I don't want to cut a Gravity Bind. I'll just cut Book of Moon. think that's totally fine. All right, hopefully we don't start off this video with a loss. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Down for this. I even have knock protection with a ceasefire. Cool. Set, 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 and set. And we will pass the turn. And like we have good answers for a legendary ocean. We have Nightmare Wheel. We have Wall of Reeling Light. Not that we have a floodgate anyway, but we got some good stuff going on here. Opponent leading on Pot of Greed though. And Graceful Charity. Pretty good, pretty good. Saf Infection 1333 says, if you could errata any cards in GOAT format, nerf or buff, what would they be? That's pretty tough. I thought about a lot of times like Magic Jammer maybe being a life point cost rather than a discard. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, and Ocean? Okay. This is fine. Knock. I'll activate Ceasefire on that one. Flip up the Worm. I kind of don't want to flip Wall, but I guess I will. Yeah, I'll just flip Wall of Revealing Light. Pay 3,000. No big deal. They've got an MST. I can Nightmare Will this thing. May actually summon Breaker to take out one of these Heart of the Underdogs, or probably just the face down. If the opponent starts drawing a bunch of normal monsters, that's kind of fine, right? Oh, Wave Motion Cannon. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, let's just summon up Breaker. Start getting a clock on. But yeah, maybe like a life point cost for Magic Jammer. Something like that. Or Chain Disappearance. Being for monsters with 1,500 attack or less. That card would be good. I think that would be that would actually be really cool. All right, so we're getting it for 21. We're being a little aggressive here. The reason I didn't want to go after one of the Heart of the Underdogs is because like I can't completely turn off the engine, and they can only play one monster a turn, right? So like if they're drawing a bunch of monsters, that's totally fine with me. Obviously they get other draws on top of that, but yeah, kind of whatever. Play out the Wave Motion Cannon. We also have like, we've got this Wave Motion ticking up. We can kill their monster each turn, attack in for a bunch of stuff. Yeah, show me the monster. Aquamador. Okay, that's a cool one. Yep, Sea Snake was the last drawn card. Draw two more. Island Turtle. Okay. If the opponent summons Abyss Soldier, we probably just Solemn Judgment it. Because that card's kind of a nightmare here. As it always is. And, you know, obviously, like, the opponent's kind of buried us in card advantage, but what? They've got, like, 3, 4... Oh. Hold on a second, opponent. Yeah, I think I need to Judgment this. I need to keep my Medusa Worm around. Get that out of here. Especially with the opponent drawing a bunch of cards. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Okay. Alright, I understand. I understand. We're just going to get buried in card advantage here. Okay. Get rid of the Breaker. That's fine with me. Okay. I don't think I need to Nightmare Wheel here. Like, that's just doing a little extra damage, right? Would speed up the Wave Motion Cannon. Well, we'll see what we draw first. Lakuta. Okay. I'm fine with this. Counter our Wave Motion Cannon here. We'll set the Lakuta. We'll pass the turn. Hopefully Lakuta lives. Right now, we've kind of walled up the opponent from attacking with anything. An Abyss Soldier sort of ruins our day, but, you know, we just kind of have to live with that, right? MST. Okay. Okay, I don't hate that. I think I'm just going to flip up Lakuta, though. I'm not going to MST first. I don't think there's really any reason to do that. Opponent can't... I guess the opponent, like, could Solemn Judgment, but then, like, Wave Motion Cannon's lethal next turn. Torrential. Okay, that's fine. Still get my draw. Opponent loses their tribe. Draw Gravity Bind, which isn't amazing here. That's for sure. Get this Premature Burial out of here. And now maybe I do MST one of the Heart of the Underdogs. I can do it in response to the effect activating, so I'm not going to like do it here, but we'll set MST. If they draw a normal, I'll MST one of them. Okay, so now they only get one draw, which is totally fine. I didn't feel the need to hit the ocean here, because we do have the Wall of Revealing Light. We've almost got this game with Wave Motion Cannon. Okay, yeah, now we can Nightmare Will that. Move to standby. Okay, opponent goes to 4,100. I mean, sure, whatever. Well, now I know they have Royal Decree too. All right. All right. Well, we're just gonna get blasted in this matchup, I guess. That's fine. Whatever. Abyss Soldier decks are generally just like really hard to beat. Water is not a good, like any of the water decks really just aren't good matchups, right? But I mean, we could steal this game. If we get 2 more turns with this Wave Motion Cannon, we win. Yeah, there's the Abyss. So they had it? They just had the Abyss Soldier? Okay. I mean, we're dead here. Sure. We only lose 8, so that's good. We go down to 394. I would be interested to watch this back to see if there was anything else that I could have done, but this feels like one where we got run over. I know, like, I could have set the Nightmare Will. We kind of talked about that a little bit in the game 1, but I don't think that ultimately would have ended up mattering. Yeah. Yeah, all right. I mean, we just kind of got, obliterated by Abyss Soldier and a Legendary Ocean and Royal Decree. What do you do? That's going to happen sometimes. So yeah, let's get into another one. While we are waiting for the next one, though, we got another question here from Steve Neurosavage 4821. Looks like we're getting into the match. Should Modified Goat eliminate priority and instead have ignition effects work as they do in today's game? No, I don't think so. We're playing against the Legendary Fisherman. That's kind of cool. I actually like the priority thing. I know I'm in probably a minority, especially across Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of people hated the priority thing, and that's why they got rid of it. I actually like how it works in Go format. And I don't... Ooh! That's a great 6th card there. I don't think that we should change the way the rules work between 2 different GOAT formats. I think that's getting, like... If you want to change the ban list, that's fine. But I think it should stop there. We are just going to play all of our cards here. And we'll pass the turn. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better than the first one. You're gonna have matches like that. Like, I always rave about how good Pac-Man is against aggro decks, but there are aggro decks that can have their way against Pac-Man decks. You see it with like the Mataza of the Zapper decks, that card's a nightmare. Abyss Soldier decks, that card's a nightmare. Legendary Ocean, getting stuff under floodgates and stuff like that, that's a nightmare. So that's how it be sometimes. Not going to be upset about it or anything. But our opponent has taken some time here. That's for sure. Make sure they're here, because it looks like we're not lagging at all. All right, while they're thinking, Cosmic Crescentine says, thoughts on why Reflect Bounder doesn't see play? The card's just not good. It doesn't impact the board at all, other than being just a 1700 attacker, which is kind of whatever. It only deals damage when it's attacked, so basically you give your opponent the option of how they want to deal with it. It has to destroy itself whenever it's attacked, so your opponent can just attack it with anything, even a Thousand Eyes Idol, attacks it and it gets destroyed. So overall, it's just a very do nothing card. Doesn't like I said, doesn't impact the board. It's an okay beater. It's just not very good. It's a very annoying effect, though. If we had it in multiples, the effect part of it would be a little better, just because, you know, that's a lot of damage potentially adding up over time. But even then, like, I still don't think Reflect Banner would see a whole lot of play. I don't think our opponent's here. I think they just kind of dipped. Just like left the computer. It's all right. Let's get some coffee while we wait. Coffee is life. It makes me sad that we dipped below 400 here, but oh no, this is, well, I guess I can still cut. I don't have to. I don't have to sit here the whole time, but I do care about my rating on this account because it's like literally all this account is for. So here's the first judge call on Camel Time. You know what? We've got all kinds of questions here. Let's go through these questions. I didn't think I was going to get through a whole bunch of them in this video, but hey, while we've got time. Dennis McDonald 1454 says, "Why don't you play Swarm of Locusts?" I've covered this card in several different videos, and in a lot of the regular Pac-Man videos. Also in the tier list, I think I give a better, more in-depth explanation of the card. I think Swarm of Locusts just sucks. Through, like, whenever I first really started working on the Pac-Man deck, I found that I just didn't ever want it. Like, you don't care about the back row, generally. Like, you're taking care of your opponent's cards. You're gaining card advantage through drawing through Lakuta. As long as you're taking care of their monsters, they can keep their back row. It's whatever. You don't even have to attack with this deck. Like, you're playing Wave Motion Cannons, Nightmare Wheels, Ceasefire, stuff like that. You just don't care about the back row, really, at all. Also, in GOAT format now, a lot of things are just chainable, so that makes it even worse. Some people think it's an out to Decree, but it's generally not. Most of the things that you're protecting... most of the things that you use to protect your monster are traps. Like, outside of level limit, obviously level limit is an exception to that, but a lot of the things you're using to protect your Swarm of Locusts that you need to survive a turn is going to be a trap card. So if you can't protect it because the Decree is on the field, you're not going to be able to flip up the Swarm of Locusts to kill the Decree. So I think it's just a sort of low impact card. The only thing it really has going for it is it has 1,000 attack, which is very good for a Pac-Man monster. But I generally think Swarm of Locusts is a card that you could play, but you probably should play other Pac-Man monsters in its spot. Like, it's not bad, it's not good. We're still waiting. More questions. Crown Vecta 09 says, "How do you feel about Emissary of the Afterlife? It's a card I love in GOAT, and I've been trying to find fun and interesting builds to use with it. I think it's okay. Like, it's a fine card. I wish it was a level 3 itself, or a zombie. It's neither of those things for whatever reason. I think it would be much better if it was. I think it has a really cool art, has a really cool super rare. I honestly haven't played around with it a whole bunch, but I know some people have had a little bit of success with it. At the very least, I think it's a card worth playing around with. Okay, my opponent is sorry, but I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I can't really talk in detail about the card, unfortunately. I am ready to play if you are. Yes? Yes, let's play. Forgot I started a game. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Do we even have any judges on? Yeah, there is a judge on. Okay. All right. Well, we're here. Hey, we got through some questions. That was pretty cool. This is probably gonna be the last match, though. Yep. All right. We lose the Golem Sentry. It's fine. Hopefully the opponent doesn't do something too terrible. That is annoying. But we do have a Nightmare Wheel for it, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and Nightmare Wheel it up now. MST. Okay. Why Judgment? I could. And then I lose to a Heavy Storm. But honestly, like, if I don't, I probably just lose to this. I do have a Book of Moon. Yeah. I'll let the MST go. This is fine. And I don't think I have to Book of Moon now. Like, I can let the opponent take 2,000 here. Sort of helps out just a little bit. Obviously, me going to 4,600 isn't ideal. But, oh, Sangan. Sangan's a good one here. I'm just going to set that. Could summon it. No, I'm just going to set it. If the opponent has another knock, good for them. But Sangan's a good one here because they have to pay 2,000 just to get over it, if they want to. And then, of course, I can go get another monster that they, again, have to pay 2,000 to get over. And then, Wave Motion Cannon kill. Uh-oh. Last Will's fine if it's an Exile Force. I'm just gonna hit it up with a Solemn Judgment. That way they don't get their last will. Okay, set a back row. Set another back row. Are we gonna attack? Is the question. We are. Sangantha. What are we doing about it? Here's where I wish I had Mask of Darkness in the deck. No, we're paying the 2K. Oh, no, we're paying the 200. Okay, I thought they just, like, missed a 0, and I'm like, no, math adds up where they only lose 200 here. Lakuda, okay. Also, a 600 butt. I'd love to see that. Go ahead and set it. Pass the turn. Feeling pretty good about this one, though this looks like a Stein deck, which can be... Depends on how many giant Trunades they draw. I've definitely thought about siding like Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell before against the giant Trunade decks just to take them off of Trunade forever. Don't think that card's really that good, which is the problem, but something worth thinking about. I wonder if this is like a sight deck. Let's flip up Lakuda. Get ourselves a draw here. Another Lakuda. All right. If I attack into Injection Fairy Lily here with the Sangan, they lose 2,000 out of 38. We don't kill. Okay, so no reason to do that yet. Let's just set Lakuda. I'm gonna set Scarabs. If that's a Cyber Jar, it's really not that right? If they draw a bunch of monsters, it is, but whatever. I'm just gonna set the Lakuda or the Scarabs. And pass the turn. It could also be like a Morphing Jar. We shall see. Oh, also I can't attack into the Injection Fairy Lily with the Sand because that'll kill me. Because I'm at 2300. Oh, Skilled Dark Magician. Okay, so it's a Dark Magician last will deck. Okay. Tune Table of Contents. It's fine. I'm just going to allow all of this. Yeah, it's got 3 counters. If you want to go get Dark Magician, that's fine with me. We know we have a Toon Cannon Soldier in hand. The most that it can do to me is really 500. But I can choose when to Book of Moon it. Time Wizard? Priority? Alright. Go ahead. What are we calling? Heads, you got it. Tails, 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 please. Let's go. Ah, God, I was like, please don't let us start out by losing to water and then losing to a Time Wizard flip. Oh boy. I don't really think I want Jowgen here. This is like generally just specifically for RGT, not decks like this. Divine Wrath does seem good. Chain Disappearance actually seems good. Wall of Revealing Light doesn't seem that bad either. I can see bringing that in. Potentially Tribe. Maybe not. They might not be a scapegoat deck. Yeah, I think we'll bring in these 3. Let's cut... Knock just hits jars. Right. Could be worth it. I think we can cut him off here. I don't want to cut my book. Let's just cut the Nox, I think. Seems fine to me. I think I want to keep all of my floodgates in. Maybe could have cut a Wave Motion Cannon. I could see that. Yeah, I could see the argument for cutting a Wave Motion Cannon. While the opponent is waiting, Professor Viral asks, what's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh set? Piranha Guardian. Collected it as a kid. Big fan. A lot of the Pac-Man monsters. Best cereal, Apple Jacks. Fight me. I love Apple Jacks. Frosted Flakes, also very good. Honey Nut Cheerios, good as well. Crispix, actually. Put some sugar on that stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Oreo O's, man. I really like cereal, and I never eat it. Alright, here we are. Let's set Storm of Scarabs. Player level them, and we're definitely setting Magic Jammer, probably set Nightmare Wheel, set Ceasefire. And we'll leave Book of Moon as a sacrificial lamb to Magic Jammer if the opponent has a Heavy Storm or something. Might Jammer a True Nate as well. I'm not like in love with the idea, but okay. Knock comes down, we Ceasefire, and the opponent scoops! Alright, I guess they're over it. TY, thank you. FP? Thank you for playing. Okay, sorry, opponent. I would have responded had I understood what was going on there. Yeah, so we're going to go back up to 407 here. We're only 40 minutes in. Yeah, I think I've got enough in me for one more match. And we'll get this last question while we're pulling up our last match. Also from Cosmic Cresatine, if humans were dual monster cards, what would their attack and defense be? Also, would we have an effect? Well, clearly we're Exiled Force. 1,000, 1,000, destroy another monster. Randizzy. I have no idea, honestly. Like, if you're talking, like, the human race as a whole, that's tough and can get, like, super philosophical. We'd probably have some sort of, like, self-destructive effect. If you really want to get like, I don't know, super like deep into it. Taza, man, speak of the cards that are good against us tonight. I really don't know. Like it's hard to it's really hard to answer that question, I guess. Because there's just so much to it. So I'm sorry. I even thought about this like outside of here. I have no idea. Especially like what our attack and defense would be. That one's tough. But here we have triple Solemn Judgment, so maybe there's a way to beat this Mataza the Sapper. Let's set our Golem Sentry, and then of course we're gonna play out everything here. And pass the turn. And you'll notice that I don't just like set all my cards and then play the ones that are face up, or vice versa. I like to play them out in the order that they're in my hand. That might be some sort of superstitious thing, but it feels like that gives away less information. Might judgment this. Give me a second, opponent. I have a lot of backup judgments. This is really good against Mataza just on its own. Yeah, this is aggressive. But it makes sense to me. Specifically because I have 2 more Solemn Judgments, and I have, like, no other backup, really. No, you don't get that one either. Alright, so we're down to 2,000 on turn 1. Cool. Not really where we want to be, necessarily, but we'll be alright. We've got another Solemn Judgment. We also have Book of Moon to deal with Ring, which is why I'm kind of okay with being a little reckless with the life total here. Did you go first this game? I think so. Why? Okay, yeah, United We Stand is fine. Oh, we're just gonna ring it here? No, 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 no. No, put that on face down. Love it. So they lose their ring and their United We Stand? Beautiful. Get out of here. That's pretty awesome. Alright, instead of face down monster. So we'll probably spin that back to hand. Definitely will spin that back to hand. We're actually up a card here, which is pretty nice. Okay. And it takes 500. I guess we may not spin that card now. We'll see. See what the top of the deck grants us. Des Lakuta. That's not amazing. Counter our Wave Motion Cannon here. I don't really want to set any of these out into the Mataza, right? Just reset the boy, pass the turn. If this is something backbreaking, like a Moth, we can Judgment. Go to 1,000. We don't have to deal with a ring anymore. But yeah, just setting one of these out into the Mataza that the opponent shows they're going to attack with doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Alright, Mataza to defense. Okay, fine with that. Ooh, another cannon. Alright. Interesting. I'm just going to send this card back to hand then. They definitely should have attacked. So that they could keep me off of doing specifically this. Set Golem Sentry, play out the other Wave Motion Cannon, pass the turn. Heavy's gone. We've got the Solemn Judgment here. We know at least one of the cards in our opponent's hand is a monster. It's quite likely they have 4 monsters in hand. Alright, set a back row, sure. Ooh, Nightmare Wheel. Alright, alright. I'm down. All right, let's flip up Golem Sentry again. Bounce this new set. Set this. Now I can set Swarm of Scarabs, just set the Nightmare Wheel, and that can deal with Mataza here, and then we can just start taking care of the board. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, it's not lethal with the Wave Motion Cannons next turn. Almost is. Just not quite. Might steal this game with Wave Motion Cannon. Kaiku? It's fine. Yeah, I'll just Nightmare Will it. We'll keep our Swarm. Now Swarm can take out Mataza. Where are you going, opponent? Okay. We're gonna get another 12 here, which is gonna put us at 419. Yeah, we're at 419. I've been through all the questions. Man, it's almost... I don't want to end it on a rage quit, but like I don't know. I don't think I have any more of it in me. And honestly, like this series, we're keeping it. I said in the beginning, we're keeping it in one sitting, and I'm going to play however much I want to. And at this point, I don't want to play any more Pac-Man right now, so I'm not going to force myself to. I'm gonna stick with what I said at the beginning. We did gain technically, what is it? We started at 402. Yeah, we started at 402, so we've gained 17 elo. That's pretty good. Now most of this was like, well, one of them was like rage quitty, like it was premature, but we made it to game 2 and we played a little bit, and the opponent was just off of it. But we did have some rage quits. Of course, we lost that match to water, but pretty happy with gaining 17 in this episode. Let's switch over to the old full screen. Here we are. Camel Stonk's on the rise still. As you can see, the graph has tilted back into going a little bit more of like straight up, and that's where we want to be. So more focused on elo than anything, but I'm pretty damn proud of the record, honestly, so far with Pac-Man. I know we're still in the low. I guess we're getting close to sort of like middle ladder. I would say most people are probably around like the 400-ish area, if I had to just guess and throw out a number. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm not sure if I messed up anything again in the water match. I'll have to rewatch that one, but I feel like we just kind of got rolled, right? And that's okay. But here we got one of the more rage quitty things, but that's just kind of part of like the series like this. You're gonna see all the rage quits. You're gonna see all of that stuff that like normally wouldn't make it into a video because it doesn't have a whole lot of substance. But yeah, I hope you guys are happy with an extra 17 added to the elo here tonight. But that is going to be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back with the next one.